at some point before I'm about to promote the work produced at a university, I got to tell you about the time I slept through a midterm, didn't realize that the midterm had happened on the day I'd slept through, and was in class when they began to pass back graded midterms. Hey, we've done it! Oh my gosh, could it be? Are we live for the USC Games Expo? Well, first of all, let me warmly welcome all of you to my channel. My name's Sean. I go by Day9TV. I got my name tag up in the corner like a monument to vanity. And I am so delighted to be part of the USC Games Exposition. So first of all, what is the USC Games Expo with the schedule right behind me up here? Well, USC has games programs such as their Master of Fine Arts, which I went to. I was an attendee of the USC MFA in Interactive Media. And as part of the MFA, as part of some of the other programs, at the end of year, they typically would have a live end-of-year exhibition, where in my year, we had this hall set up, and we had areas where people had like gestural controls for gesturally controlled games, or tablet games, or my corner, where I had all of my monitors set up, because this channel, Day9TV, was my thesis project. And it was just such a wonderful experience to be able to be in that hall and see other parents and students and professors coming by and showcasing the work. Given that things are very tricky to do live in the pandemic, I'm thrilled that USC has been doing this online expo, inviting all sorts of people to showcase and play through games, which is what we're going to do here for the next hour and 45 minutes-ish. So a few things that we're going to be doing. One, we're going to be checking out the student games, reacting to them, talking about them, and generally just being really, really excited. I cannot stress to you how unbelievably stressful it was for me going into the final weeks, leading into the conclusion of my thesis and my thesis show. So we want to give lots of praise and encouragement and cheer and joy to all the amazing work that the students have done. But also, I would be delighted to answer any questions about the game development process, what it's like to go to the USC Games program, why I think it's awesome. Of course, I'm a little biased, but look how well I turned out. All right, anyways, the very first game that we're going to be checking out is an asymmetric puzzle game called Bonds that we're going to be watching a video for. The first 4 games that we're going to be showcasing are going to be from the MFA program, the 3-year master's program that I attended from 2008 to 2011. It's called Bonds, and it reads, Bonds is an asymmetrical collaborative game for 2 players, and it's a third-person adventure puzzle game. It is the story between a lonely girl and her invisible spirit friend about their adventure inside a mysterious ancient temple. It focuses on the collaborations and emotional connections between the 2 players, but in an isolated and disconnected situation, trying to experiment if players could still build a friendship and help others even when they could not see or touch each other. Before I hop into this, great question from Almighty Bobino. Are there any games playable for the general audience? If so, where? USCGamesExpo.com. Look at this. Expo Games. We can go schedule by title or game info, and you can see all the games trailers. Many of them have downloadable builds. There are so many projects here to check out. Look, we've only made it to M, and there's more letters in the alphabet than that. So without any further ado, let's check out Bonds.
Hi, my name is Shi, and I am the director and game developer for Bonds. Thank you for coming to the USC Game Expo, and I'm glad to have this opportunity to introduce this individual thesis project to you all.
Isn't this beautiful?
So,
Isn't it amazing?
Been a difficult year under the pandemic, and I had to give up raising a team after I traveled back to my country and took classes with serious time zone difference. But I still want to thank all my friends and advisors who have helped with this project, and I'm proud of bringing this as the end of my 3-year study.
Yeah, I see this video and am immediately so self-conscious about how much better it is than anything I made at USC or anything I've made in my life since then. This is gorgeous. Excuse me.
Bonds is an asymmetrical collaborative game for 2 players to play remotely, and it's a third-person adventure and puzzle game. It is the story between a lonely girl and her invisible spirit friend about their adventure inside a mysterious ancient temple. The two players play together, but sees the world from different perspectives and possess different abilities.
This is a student game!
And guider work together throughout the journey and gradually build up friendship with each other. During the game, player could only see their perspective, but I added the two players' view into one scene here. Left side is the ghost and the right side is the girl, so as to show how this game works.
This is stunning! Like, I would rarely expect this amount of polish in a prototype and/or student work, and yet here it is.
What makes this collaborative game special is that the girl cannot see or touch the ghost, and there is no direct communicative methods like conversations between them. However, she will discover those weird things happening around her, like there's a supernatural power trying to help her. The girl will try to understand and communicate with that existence, or let's say the other player, while the spirit player is also trying to express themselves and hoping to attract the girl's attention.
Gosh, look at that fire.
So I called it the collaborations or the connections in a disconnected situation.
I love this idea of a different form of communication.
Another thing special is that players usually play the first time as the girl and the second time as the spirit. They are driven back to play as the spirit because of the empathy set up in their first playthrough, making each playthrough itself has a unique meaning.
This reminds me a lot of how in Journey, players couldn't speak, but they could ping, just emit.
So, new player starts the game here, and will first experience the game as the little girl, who is sent into the temple as the ritual sacrifice for the god. This beginning sequence shows the background story of the game.
And as if you didn't like the art enough already, look at this darling animation. There was a yearly ceremony for God who bless and protect the village. I mean, it's so cute. A plus from your pal Sean, who is given no authority to impact the grades at all, but you still get an A plus from us. But I really think that there's going to be a lot of explorations in this style of game in the next 10 years. The idea of interesting forms of communication, now that connectivity is easier. We even see it happening on Twitch. HTML5 extensions for viewers to interact and communicate to the broadcaster, affect the broadcaster's experience. I mean, even what we've done on this channel with Straits of Danger and the Gauntlet inspired exactly from these kinds of games. Oh, it looks so... I mean, this... to be clear, to communicate an idea in a prototype, you rarely need this amount of polish. But, I mean, things like the candles just placed as...
And the little girl has to explore and survive in this place, lighting the ancient altar to fulfill her destiny.
Yeah, like the candles, all these elements are not necessary in the level design initially if you're doing some sort of block out. These are the types of things that you can put in to be more evocative, to add mood. And I mean, even the UIs that pop up that have this script behind them, beautiful.
But during her journey, she began to discover something weird happening around. Clusters of ghost fire appear, pointing to the right directions. Sounds coming from crystals feels like a murmuring. Rocks rolling down to help break the barrier. All the hints indicate that there's probably someone else here, like an invisible, mysterious power. It couldn't be a scripted event because everything happened so randomly but also so intentionally. The patterns of the ghost fire seems to have meanings, like conversations. And an AI won't try to use those sounds from hanging pipes to create a popular music melody, right?
Uh-oh, don't make the melody too popular. I don't want to get DMCA'd, huh? I kid. But I love how the mystery of the visual aesthetic plays in so nicely to the idea of this mysterious, almost helpful poltergeist, the spirit player who's there.
And here comes the other player as the spirit, who has
Student
finished
project,
the
right?
girl's experience before. This is how the game starts in a second playthrough. Players are now coming back as the invisible ghost to help, just like how they were helped before.
So we got the spirit cam. And Lorax says, how long do students generally work on their project? There's a couple answers to that, and I'll answer in between the narration.
So the spirit player is floating in the air, seeing the place from another angle, and can use spirit power to influence the environment.
What a gorgeous UI element, right? Like, again, the sort of sigils and scripting behind. So unnecessary, but so critical for just conveying the mood and the experience. But yeah, the student
Right mouse
projects...
drag can create a blast of ghost wind and can be used in various ways, like unsealing candles, blow off flames, blow through the pipes of crystals to make sounds, or move light-weighted rocks.
That's so dope. So generally, I would say about a year is a fair number to use as a starting point for how long the development of many of these projects took. Your thesis year in the USC Games program
is used for creating a cluster of ghost fire as signals, or can be used to light up candles.
It's generally about
During
2
this
semesters.
playthrough, the player of the spirit will get an impressive moment when they realize how their previous friend tried to help them.
When you're helping, you'll finally realize how much stuff you were missing when you were the player. Yeah, I already see others referencing Journey. Yeah, no, I think that these forms of different, like, asymmetrical communication that isn't just, like,
With
you type a message.
having the memories of their first playthrough as a little girl, they are now giving back, using these mechanics to guide and help a new first-time player to solve the puzzle, explore the space, and finally realize their existence and friendliness.
And I also really love the fact that the gameplay is structured to be cooperative. Because there's a type of cooperative gameplay where...
Well, it's been a hard design topic that helped to build the connections when players couldn't even see each other. But it's also an interesting topic. I phrased the core experience for this game as 2 unique souls that cannot touch each other, hoping to get close.
Sure, you play the co-op game where you just really want your partner to do the thing and they just won't do it.
The moment for myself during the playtest was when I saw those players wondering, like, what is this ghost fire? Am I supposed to follow it? Did I do anything wrong because the fire seems to hoping me to go back? And where the sound comes from? Is anyone calling me? And it's also interesting to see when the 2 players finally got a chance to chat after the playtest. They just excitedly discuss, like, did you do that? Yes, and guess what? It's also me doing the other things. Just hoping you to know I'm there. It's just so amazing to see how different players create different experiences and stories with the other players in their playthrough. Yep, that's all of my introduction to Bonds. It's still in a beta version with only the first 3 levels, so I didn't really release it on a public platform. But please check the USC Games Expo webpage if you are interested in it and if you are hoping to know more about this game. Thank you very much for listening.
Yay! A+, unbelievably impressive. And I mean, I was talking a little bit about this before, but just the sheer difficulty of producing something of that caliber in the short time frame, because in the USC Games program, your thesis here is 2 semesters. And often there's some pre-production that happens in the second year where you start to work through some ideas with professors. But I just think that's lovely. The whole idea of having this asymmetric communication experience really reminds me of Journey, where if you just set it up so that the only way to interact is to be helpful, you can just wind up with like a feeling of a real bond created through the game, which is something that if you saw my playthrough of Journey, I had an extraordinarily nice time having a buddy help me out as I was playing. Complete stranger. We're going to open up our next game. I'm going to pause it real fast, and I'm going to crank up the volume on this one.
Hello.
Oh, I already started the video. The next game that we're going to be taking a look at is a VR game. Now, I won't be putting on a VR headset. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be watching a playthrough of the game. And in this particular one, there's a lot more gameplay and a lot less narration. So this is going to be a great opportunity to talk about VR game development, talk about this project, what we're seeing, what's going on with it, answer a bunch of questions. Let's hop straight into Agave. Agave VR is a virtual reality experience about coexisting with the environment. Agave VR aims to explore the cultural values and practices through gameplay mechanics centered around the agave plant. Ready, set, agave. Just going to turn it up past 125%.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ezequiel Mendez Alejo. Thank you for coming to USC Games Expo. This is a project on my thesis based on culture-specific mechanics. This project wouldn't have been possible without the help of these people. So thank you so much, and please enjoy.
So many of these projects do have multiple team members doing art, sound, programming. Sometimes people are having smaller scale contributions. Sometimes they're doing all sorts of stuff. They're doing programming, giving feedback about the gameplay, helping implement systems. So again, this is VR, and these are your hands. So one of the things that I find really lovely about just VR as an experience is the sense of immersion you get in the space. Like, it's something that, who here, raise your hand if you have never been in VR before. Raise your hand if you've never been in VR, and give me the happy crab emote if you have been in VR. It's just spectacularly immersive, okay? We got some hands, people not been in VR? Okay. So first, there's very little text to explain what's going on, but it's using these visual icons. Okay, you insert stones into there. We see we're in this landscape. We see these various circles on the ground. We see some plants. We see some walls. And now, UI. I thought this was a really lovely UI UX. What happens if you do this? Hey, getting ready to clear out the dirt. Opening it up to do what? Well, as a lifetime farmer on this channel, aka a Stardew Valley veteran, it's really lovely what's going to be coming up. Oh yeah, see, Phone with Lisa, this is tight UX. Yeah. In this game, I thought the UI UX was gorgeous, right? And I'm going to focus a little bit on what's happening gameplay-wise at first, and then talk about some of the notable aspects that we saw in this. Placing your hands out here. If you've never held VR controllers, you normally have like sticks that have buttons here and here on the thumbs. So if you are releasing all the buttons, that your hands in the game open up. So in this one, you would let go of these and you'd be able to scoop like this. Now, in my eyes, this is a big step up from snakes. To dig a hole in the ground, press the action button. You know, it's like really getting you to do the actual motions. And when you plant the seed, look at our baby. Look at our baby. There it is. Oh! Ah! And look at this. There's a bug. Don't pick it up. Ah! Put it down. Put it down. Uh-oh. A- incoming. I don't know about this as someone who's terrified of bugs, but we just put him down. Up and away, little buddy. Oh, there he goes. Hopping around. Now, I want to note couple things right away. When you first entered into this space, there were text on the stones about moving and turning and going into the environment. But now, look at what it's been replaced with almost immediately. There's physical objects you're putting up, you're inserting into, like, very clear instructional stones. When you do the action, plays that nice little strum to indicate you did something good. And I love any interface, any UI that steers away from pausing the game. Here, player, is exactly what you do. Unpause the game. Then you do it. Pause the game. Good job, player. Sometimes that's completely appropriate and completely necessary in a game. It's also way more straightforward and way easy compared to what we're seeing in this VR experience, which is using various symbols, trying to construct the environment in a way where our player doesn't get too distracted, the most notable landmarks you walk towards, and then you have this interesting volume. Boom! Sticks coming down. Now, for those of you who have never used VR, you'll see the hand gripping and closing. Again, those are in VR. You have the goggles on, so you can move around in the area, and you have the dual thumbsticks. They look a little bit like two Switch controllers on either side. You have these, these control arms that handle the location of your hand in the visual space. And what it means is that you lose out on a ton of really common things that you would get from like a traditional controller. The idea of like, oh, there's face buttons that I hit and things like this. Usual sort of expected stuff. We have another of our guest reviewers, Despy the cat, coming in to enjoy the VR experience. But look at this. Look how clear the signaling is of which is the hand that you're supposed to insert where. All right, let's move the cat. Come on, sweetie. There you go. And hey, we have lit the fire. And when you light the fire, boom, you get another of these stones to insert. And honestly, I've talked about this a ton in just a variety of the games that I've played. Clarity on what the short-term goals are super helpful for guiding me and daisy-chaining me to get to the desired end, and more importantly, the desired gameplay experience. So, for instance, the fact that there are these stones here, these tablets that have various items associated with them, the fact that when you complete something, you can insert the stone straight into the top, and it plays a little strum, the little reward that's going on. This is something that many sort of ambient survival crafting type experiences wind up struggling with. It's unclear what your moment-to-moment goals are. But look at this, we planted a cactus. Look at it grow. Yeah, put that seed in there. And then, what's going to come out? Oh, it's flower time. Hey, look at that. That cactus has the posture of me right now. Let me try to... There we go. That feels better. Oh, here's the cricket. Oh my god, we ate the cricket! Hungry? Why wait? Grab a cricket. Alright, cat. We gotta make sure that my cat does not continue to invade the experience. Now, I've played a lot of Stardew Valley, and one thing that we've talked about when we've been playing that game, also one thing that the developer Concerned Ape talked about before, is that there's something very satisfying about these individual atomic motions of, in that game, waking up and watering the plants every day. And water a plant, water a plant, water a plant. That even when he has unlocked sprinklers and other ways to automate this, it's still so satisfying to just have these basic atomic motions to do. And that's something that I just think is lovely about this experience, where it's translating the idea of the plant and water in the 2D environment mechanic. It's almost asking, okay, what is the satisfying repeated motion? How do you make that really physical and really visceral? And again, if you have never put on a VR headset, it is remarkable just how immersive, how much you feel like you're in the space, especially when you have like the feedback from the controllers. I mean, there's been a lot of innovations in terms of the haptic feedback for things like the PlayStation 5 controller even is fantastic. So our hero's continuing to plant. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Crickets beware. Where's my mouse cursor? I have found it. I have found myself. Yep, Steven's gone. He's never coming back. I will say, I think that there's certain types of polish in an experience that is very artistic in nature. So, for instance, someone might say, hey, let's adjust the shader on the ground. Can we add more detail to the dirt? Things like this. But there's a type of like interactive polish, which is just having various things in the environment to do stuff with. And I think that these crickets, even though it's savage and devastating that we're consuming them one by one, just seeing them hopping around, making the space feel a little bit more alive. And later on in the VR piece, you'll see a couple more examples of this. By the way, this arc that you're seeing, one of the biggest challenges, and personally I think is the number one challenge in VR, is how do you do movement and locomotion? Because you're seeing this teleport forward movement happening. That's what that arc is. It's noting where you're going to be teleporting to. And why is it in an arc? It's to just help make sure that you don't accidentally look somewhere, click, and you can like teleport somewhere that you weren't even able to see at all. It kind of constrains it to where you could probably physically move to. But anyways, one of the real challenges with trying to have physical movement in VR is that our bodies have millions of years of evolutionary training to where when you have a character moving this way and you visually see the world moving around you, your muscles and your body wants to react to that. And this is some of the source of where a lot of people get a feeling of illness or sickness when they're playing VR games. And so teleportation is a way to help avoid some of the just general disorientation that can happen when you're moving around in objects like this. Real Bonfire says, this seems super relaxing and rewarding. And Brashan GG says, I honestly think this game would greatly help with anxiety and similar issues. I really love how this seems very meditative and very deliberate. This large, sweeping motion, the hands open motion to sort of advance to the next, advance to future stages in the sequence. So you see little fishies that are just wandering around, just adding a little bit of livelihood. I didn't have time to mention it, but maybe you've noticed that there's a day-night cycle in this game, somehow, amazingly. Student projects they're getting alarmingly better year over year. I think that we're going to hit student project singularity sometime in the next 5 years, where there is an indistinguishable difference between a student project and a AAA production. We're almost done with the garden. I do have to appreciate using the laser to just warp it from one hand to the other. Craig Hart says, shameless pandering to include a day-night cycle. Very clever of you. I like that. Oh, we dropped the cricket. Will this one get away? Wow. One cricket lived to see another day. Sorry, Grub. Poor Steven. Poor Steven, indeed. Yeah, like, Irrefutable Arbiter says, so far, I've really liked the fire animation. Really cool animations. Yeah, they're really efficient. Like, these volumes that the hands sweep through are very deliberately, it's like very deliberately a rectangular prism. And everything else kind of has the low poly, chunky style to it that I think is really effective when you have a team that's incredibly small working on this sort of thing. I mean, hell, you hear about teams like Ubisoft that have like 1,500 people working on an Assassin's Creed. It's incredible what, in a short period of time, students can produce. And do so in VR, which is an incredibly challenging medium to work in. Liam DeHotz's music is also chill. Hey, look, our agave plant is born! Yes! We have done it! What a lovely experience. What a lovely, lovely, lovely experience. And yet Collected Company is super spot on. If you go to uscgamesexpo.com, any of the games you see here, you can download and take a look at yourself. Oops. We need the final strum. Yeah! Yay! A+ to Agave Vr! Yeah! And a warm thanks to the developers for kindly providing me a video to watch, so that way we can all look at and experience the VR side of things. Now, what's going to be happening over on twitch.tv/USC Games is they're going to be taking a break to talk a little bit about one of the upcoming courses, and that's my wink over to Dom, that we're in good shape for that. And while they're talking a little bit about one of the upcoming courses, I think it's Entrepreneurship and Interactive Media, which was an amazing course that I took when I was at the USC Games program. My professor at the time was
the course really puts you in the driver's seat as CEO of your own imagined company, where you get to not build a game, but imagine a game and figure out a way to build a world-class pitch deck so that your game would get greenlit either by a publisher or by someone wanting to fund it.
A lot of the class focused on taking an idea and refining its pitch on how you're supposed to pitch a game idea to not just to people, but to actually convince them that it's worth investing money into.
Learning how to understand a concept and communicate it in a way that it can be digested by people who might not be in your field of expertise. And that's been really useful.
Yes, we all can have these great ideas, but he always says how ideas don't mean anything. It's about really executing it and going forward in that idea and kind of just painting a picture and bringing it all together.
My course is designed for all types of skill sets, but I must say game designers, I think, get the most out of it, or anyone in the games program. Register today so that maybe you too can be an entrepreneur and get your games funded moving forward.
program, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You should expect to meet lots of great creative people, and for me, connections that I have kept for life since then. I think the world of the USC Games program. Excellent. We are back. Welcome back. I'm still Day9. Ta-da! We've just gotten the chance to look at 2 of the MFA thesis projects end of year. We gave both of them A+. Not that I have any authority to give anyone any grades. It's not like USC was like, well, Sean, final grades are up to you, the broadcaster. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of pressure. I guess I should fail at least one person. I'm kidding. A+ for everyone. The next game that we're going to be looking at is a second VR title that I think is particularly brilliant. On this channel, we do a lot of playing of multiplayer games, system-driven games. It's a very competition, challenging gameplay-driven set of content that we have here. But this is a VR experience that's, I honestly think, one of the future types of media that we'll see in museums. I don't know if you've ever been to an interactive art museum. It's amazing to put on a VR headset and be transported to a really interesting, beautiful, interactive world. And this is exactly that. The title of this is Mystical VR. We're going to be looking at another video of it. It says, Mystical is an experimental VR experience that gives the player an opportunity to explore the concept and symbolism of the ancient Andean worldview based on the symbol La Chacana. Let's open up the video. We're going to click on this, and moving on over. Oh my gosh, they even have trailers for all their work. Mwah! C'est fantastique. And let's go ahead and make sure our volume controls are in good shape. Mystical VR. And here he comes.
Hi, my name is Agave Agave Vr. I'm the creative director of this amazing experience. We are
Mystical VR.
Mystical VR is a VR experience that explores the abstract concepts of the indigenous South American worldview, based on the ancient symbol La Chacana.
I feel like it really revealed to me how art, culture, and also history can be combined and experienced in novel ways through virtual reality, and how today's technology and media can be used to not only inform and educate, but also evoke memories or create memories or allow us to travel backwards in time.
Oh, and I'm going to pause when we get an
As a
upward
programmer,
shot.
I enjoy the process of finding solutions to make an abstract concept into reality. For example, we spent lots of time working on the radical manual.
I'm going to briefly pause and then we'll rewind. But one thing that's amazing about having a VR experience is when you're in this space in 3D, literally completely still environments, which as you're going to see is not even going to happen here. But I mean, even in completely still environments, the feeling of exploration and just observing stuff is so much more visceral. And I love so much of the commentary the students who worked on the project provide through this, that it's spot on in the ability to just communicate and put you in an area with a feel in a way that's really hard to do via text, or even that's hard to do as I'm showing you this video right now. Let's rewind a little bit so we can rehear what the student was saying.
We spent lots of time working on the radical manual system to transfer those beautiful art models as a playable experience.
By collecting cultural objects, the player will unlock the symbol through portals. In this experience, we focus on the South Portal, where the sacred animal, the snake, lives in the underworld.
Who's ready to go in? Now, this is my favorite part. I love this so much. We're going to hear a note from the musician in a moment, and then I'm going to bring in some commentary.
Listening to the music, to be able to create a rustic style, make the sound, the music, feel like you are in the journey. Really is part of the game, the journey and the mysticism.
This type of animation, where it's a virtual reality 360 animation, the quality of the shaders, the quality of the skybox.
I really like working on the math and algorithms behind the gazing, and to make the serpent follows.
Look at how beautiful this is.
As the user moves its head.
You may have seen a couple of these when we did some showcasing of the Tokyo University of the Arts Day9TV Games programs. They had some 360 animations like this, where as your character is traversing through the space, you're able to look around at everything around you. Santa Claus says, I'd break my neck playing this game, I think. Right? You want to just, like, look at all of it?
Part of composing my share of the soundtrack was the learning and the research I made to see what similarities we have. As a Hispanic and Latino, I feel very proud and fulfilling to be working in something that I feel represented.
Yes, I should have been way more clear about that, Shahander, that this is a VR experience. And one of the things that's amazing when there's things happening all around you visually is that it makes you want to go through the experience multiple times, and just look in different areas. I mean, I truly think that this is...
Still making me smile every time I see them is the part of the game where the corn spawn out of the rocks and turn into seeds.
I still think that this is going to be how we are going to be presenting all sorts of ideas in museums and exhibits in the future. I think this is just terrific. I was unfamiliar with this kind of interactive art until I started participating in more of these games showcases. Because when I was in my program 10 years ago, VR was pretty new and honestly pretty
really
janky.
Significant that the Snake Portal, for example, ends with life and rebirth, because I think all of us, gamers and players and developers alike, are sort of breathing life into this game.
I never knew about 360 VR animation experience type things. And again, when you have the headset and you are in the space, it's unbelievable. And I think truly is one of the better solutions to this locomotion problem that I was talking about before, where when you are not actually walking, you're sort of disembodiedly floating through space, it doesn't wind up having a lot of the sort of negative physical illness sides that can happen if you're trying to be a character running, or one of those VR experiences where you're on a roller coaster.
The player needs to plant all kernels. Once again, the concept of duality is present. The cycle of life, which is represented at the end by the character Aya Wu.
Isn't this just like, look at the skybox, the stars, the color of the cosmic dust, and then there's just like beautiful rotating image, and just the visual effects. Oh my gosh, and the particles that are like moving through you. And you'll notice the nice coordination of the music with the pulsing and vibrating around the doubled mask. If you're interested in experiencing this, USCGamesExpo.com has trailers, content, links, FAQs about every game that we're looking at today, and about 60 more.
I would say that this project is a great model for visualizing cultural concepts and legends in an innovative way. Projects like Mystical VR will play an important role in the transmission of culture.
And I love so much what they're talking about the idea of a way to communicate culture, because that's sort of in a very timely, fortunate context. We were talking about that a lot with, some of the books I've been reading recently, some of the comics I've been reading recently, where I can tell that this was written for people that experienced a certain time period in a different country that I didn't grow up in, and I can tell they're making references to certain notable cultural experiences and vibes that were occurring during that time that I'm unaware of. What does it mean to try to communicate that to another person, to try to give them a sense of and an appreciation of another culture from another time? I mean, I just think it's brilliant. And there's our hands. Look what we've done. Ooh.
So it was awesome to be able to explore and help build this amazing world in the game. Working on a project where I got to help combine the technical and creative sides of things has been a wonderful experience.
Gosh, what an achievement. I mean, what she just said about uniting the technical and the creative cannot be overstated how challenging the technical is.
And I think there's still a lot of potential growth to the musical project as a reflection of the potential of the VR technology.
And I do see VR being an innovative asset to museums in the near future. I hope that someday I will be one of the first museum visitors at an exhibit for the La Chapana that will get to experience mystical VR for myself.
I am very excited to see how this project keeps evolving.
The love for this culture will touch every person who played. I'm really excited about that.
And thanks for watching, and I can't wait for everyone to get a chance to explore this wonderful mystical VR.
Isn't that incredible? I mean, what an achievement. Wow. And, I would love to just take an opportunity to address this from Caster11 asks, how do you feel about balancing vision versus popular appeal for these kinds of projects? I feel like these are perfect for going with your heart. But what do I have to think about being realistic? Well, I think that one of the huge benefits of I can just speak from experience. When I was at the USC Games program, one of the things that they encourage quite a bit is there are times to look at projects and to say, how do you just push this and make it as good as humanly possible in the medium? I mean, I remember when Half-Life Alyx came out, the number of people that were saying, I've never just seen a VR experience that is this mind-blowing. And it was a huge bestseller. It was just an amazing, revolutionary game for so many people that wound up playing it. You can imagine someone going, well, we're not going to develop in VR. We're not even going to try to figure out how to do that because we need to be realistic, etc. The amount of incredible experiences I had building physical controllers. I built a turntable and created an interactive virus that was controlled by movements on the turntable. Yeah, that's a great example of something that is not your mass market kind of project. But man, if it doesn't crack open some creative ideas and some process experiences and forces you to really understand the experience of saying, I have a problem, I have no references, how do I solve this problem creatively? The program was amazing at putting you in this kind of situation where you didn't have prior art to look at. And that, I think, is invaluable no matter what experience you're working on. Also in the program, there was a big focus on some projects about pragmatism, and understanding the nature of the business side and, understanding markets and this sort of thing and like what would be the understanding of the demographics, the size, the play patterns of that particular market. I think it can be a curse to be so constrained by some sort of sense of what is worthwhile or realistic that you wind up not exploring, pushing, and experimenting with certain mediums and understanding what that feeling of creative problem solving is really like. And I just thought it was a wonderfully balanced experience at USC. I think that this art experience that we just played, Mystical VR, is a great example of the kind of thing that when I look at, I go, oh my gosh, this is perfectly suited for an exhibit, for instance. And I think that this is another completely realistic, to use that word, a completely realistic path to pursue for some sort of creative endeavor. So again, A+ is for the team, A+ for them. And you know what, professors at USC Games, A+ is for you too. It's on your report card for this year, from your pal Sean, whose thesis was Day9TV, which is still going. Hope I'll graduate soon. It's a very low-hanging fruit joke. Very, very high quality here. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to play our very first game. And we're going to look at a trailer of it first. It's going to be called Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is as follows. Metamorphosis, Theoda's journey. Mother Coral is the lifeline of the ocean, nurturing habitats by bestowing energy through her satellite corals. After decades of peace, their land is ravaged by an unknown substance that destroys and displaces thousands of beautiful sea creatures from their homes. This toxic substance infects Mother Coral, stealing her energy and using the satellite corals to spread across the ocean. Unless someone stops this mysterious substance, the ocean will become a toxic wasteland. Let's go ahead and check out a trailer for Metamorphosis that I'm accidentally playing at 2x speed. Who watches YouTube at 1x speed anyways? I mean, come on! For trailers, I'll do it. Rewind back to the beginning. This is a student project. Can you believe it? This is beautiful. This is incredible.
Hi, I'm Joanna, the creative director of Metamorphosis, Theoda's Journey, a 2D narrative-driven experience where you play as a magical undersea creature who must consume toxic contaminants in order to restore the environment. Metamorphosis is my thesis project that my team and I have been working on since fall 2019 as a part of USC's game design MFA program. It is a game that encourages the individual's ability to feel for another that is not human, such as the natural environment. My motivation for this project came from my concern for the environment. I want to know that I have a future on this earth and live it to the fullest. I wouldn't want my home and livelihood threatened or destroyed by things that were out of my control. I'm very grateful for the guidance and support of my advisors, both within and outside of USC. On behalf of everyone behind Metamorphosis, Dioda's Journey, we truly hope you enjoy this experience.
Oh, it's time for your pal Sean to play his very first game live. And now, as many of you know, I am a gamer. So get ready for some high-quality platforming skill from your pal Sean, made in Unity. You know, I want to stress something that I think is unbelievably impressive about so many of these games. They are complete in so many ways. They have music, sounds, menus, credits, introductions, tutorials. It's like everything. Theoda, the last protector of the ocean, and their 3 companions lived in the coral forest in harmony for many years until a poisonous foreign substance invaded their homes. Using their special ability, Theoda must rid this invasive monster and its trail of toxic goo from the environment at the cost of their own life. There's me. Oh, I'm in the way. Let me get my big dumb face out of the way. No, look, I said get my big dumb face out of the way. Perfect. Yeah, all right. This is when things are great, when we're all vibing. Oh my god. Oh. That's Sheriff right there. But look in the background. Uh-oh. Huh? Ah! Press space to continue. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. Oh, what is this all over my friends? Oh, we're getting ejected everywhere. Not a single bit of text. And look at how devastated I am already to lose my darling chubby fish friend. Oh. I'm coming back. Oh, that was... Whew, oh, that was close. Here I am. Okay, here we go. All right. Does this not give you extraordinary Gris vibes? Whoops. Like I said, I am a platforming genius and a gamer. Lovely animations, lovely background, and as someone who plays a lot of platformers on stream, the controls are super smooth, the sound effects of the jumping very satisfying. Press E to slurp it up, and then if I don't spit it out in time, I die. Look at the screen, slowly going black. Ugh. And then I need to send it back out. And as I help heal the environment, learning the mechanics, here we go. Picking it up, and then sending it through. And look at the left of the screen. Boom. Blossoms out. Some lovely platforming elements. Now, the goo, as you'll note, just look at my movement speed right here as we're going back and forth. I love when there's UI, UX tutorialization that doesn't use words. When I pick this up, look at how much slower I move. Oh, no. Oh, no. And then we drop back down. I'm nice and heavy, baby. So I can fall down correctly. Ugh. And look, there's our little friend. Hi! Hey, little guy. Oh my god, it's my little snail. He's making cute noises. Oh my gosh. Oh. But we must go onward. We must save our friends. We only have 3 to 4 minutes left. And I want to stress, if you want to see how this game plays out and how it ends, USCGamesExpo.com. You can download and check it out. Oh no, showing me the area. Oh no, it's her chubby friend! Oh, God. Now, I think many of you know that yesterday I had a pet scare with my dear little baby cat. And after that happened, it turns out my cat's totally okay, everything's totally alright. I loaded up this game because, broadcasting day, I wanted to make sure it worked right, and oh my gosh, these little darling friends were so cute. So you see that there is that air vent up, nowhere else to go. Consume this black ichor, and now I'm heavy enough that I can resist the push of those waves. Really great way to just educate how the mechanics function. And the game also, again, says, hey, this works horizontally too. You will sometimes receive a force that is pushing you so much, but if you, again, consume this black darkness, you will become heavy enough to move through. But I think what's really clever about it, too, is that there is a time pressure. And I think time pressures like this are really great at just getting you suddenly a little bit more engaged. Raises the stakes, adds to the satisfaction of completing any of these segments. Oh my gosh, and look, I get my little chubby friend to help me out. Huh? Jeremy Joe says, is there a way to reset the level? I feel like I could get myself stuck in the wrong spot. I actually played through this quite a bit and never found any way of getting stuck. The game did a brilliant job of helping avoid that sort of sensation at any point. I'm just sending the ichor out, and of course you see I've saved my little snail buddy. I've saved my wormy boys. Now I've saved my prawny pals. Prawnies for Shawnies. And the game occasionally opens up into somewhat of a more open world area kind of experience, and a little bit less of a single directed design. Peregrine says, can you show what happens when you spit the goo into the wrong space? I don't know why I would ever make any mistakes. I think you heard me say earlier, Peregrine, that I'm a gamer. Why would I do something wrong? What happens if you spit it in the wrong place and you don't wind up completing something? For instance, if I send it off this way, it'll just reform. Doink. Dude, look at all my little friends. Hey, going up. Now, I'm going to hit a final stopping point right here. I want to stress that this game has several minutes of more gameplay. There's a boss fight that culminates in sort of educating how all the mechanics work. And if you want to check it out, uscgamesexpo.com. And of course, got to give an A+. A+ for the quality of the experience. In particular, I really like the introduction of all these other creatures that have personalities when they're storytelling to give me an emotional connection to them. It makes the doing of any tasks make me feel warm and fuzzy in a way that typical platformers don't, that are like, here's level 1, beat level 1, good job, here's level 2. Trenton says the message is also wonderful. Yeah, and frankly, I think that the structure of this ichor mechanic is very, very cleverly executed. Platforming is a genre that really wants physicality in a lot of its mechanics. It's very easy to wind up in lock and key where, okay, you found the blue helmet. This will allow you to go through the blue door, okay, and this sort of thing. But this has like weight and time associated with the consumption of this ichor. Real Bonfire says, I feel like I'm attached to all the characters to the mini trailer. It was stunning. Really marvelously done. Once again, that was Metamorphosis. We're going to close it out because we have 4 more games that we're going to be showcasing right now. The first 4 games that we just looked at, Bonds, Agave VR, Mystical VR, and Metamorphosis, were part of the USC Games MFA program. This was their thesis project. In your final year, you have one huge project that is the culmination of your entire graduate studies. So this was what these students produced in, quite honestly, the most challenging possible working conditions that a student, or frankly anyone working on a creative project, could experience in the pandemic. And I thought everything that was made was just breathtaking. These are student games. I can't believe it. This is incredible. The next set of games, as I'm setting up the next trailer, are from a program called AGP. As you know, games are made by a mix of designers, artists, musicians, audio engineers, and programmers, and more. There's many more roles involved in gaming. And one of the programs at the USC Games program is called AGP, the Advanced Game Projects, where the USC Games School connects to the Viterbi School of Engineering, and they have the designers and the engineers meet to collaborate on projects together. And so we are now going to be taking a look at 4 Advanced Game Project games, baby. The first one, called Sweeping the Ruin. We're going to take a look at the trailer in a moment, but Sweeping the Ruins lets 2 players engage in asymmetrical combat with an overpowered behemoth using only the traps and destructible terrains in a mystical ruin as their weaponry. Victory will require strategic coordination, situational awareness, and teamwork to defeat the massive enemy and prevent the destruction of their nearby homeland. Here we go. Oh, Sweeping the Ruins _nice.mp4. Very, very strong naming conventions there. Otis College of Art. Is this on 2x speed? No, it's at normal. I also want to give a shout out to the Otis College of Art and Design that contributed a lot of the art and illustration to many of the projects, both at AGP and others. And also Cal State Fullerton that has been collaborating a lot. Now, some of you are saying it's too loud. So I think that what you're saying is that you want it even louder. Listen, if you want it loud, you got it, guys. If you asked for it, sure. Use your environment. That's right. We got Inception noises. We got the Naruto run. Oh, yeah. We got Balliste. Yes. This is such a sweet image. I love this. Yeah. All right. It's time. It's time. Now, this, believe it or not, I mean, I literally cannot believe this. This is a multiplayer game. In other words, students are sending games that have multiplayer networking functioning. This is astounding to me. Yeah, so I'm going to hit play. I'm going to host. I'm going to show my server name on air. If any of you join, that's incredible. I want to make sure that my partner in crime, Cheesy Goods, is here. Oh, yeah. So there's some controls.
In the center,
doesn't matter what they are.
Village, Remedia, separated from the rest of humanity, lies ruins dating back to the time of the gods. Left over from the previous divine inhabitants is a blessing that protects the village and ensures its prosperity. However, as with all things, there must be balance. Inside the ruins, there is a festering evil, which creates abominations that terrorizes the village.
Is that you? Did you do that?
No player wishes for the safety of the village more than Charlotte and Gregor, siblings and ruin sweepers. Ruin Sweeper is a title given to those that deal with the threat of the abominations.
Yes. Look, the voice acting is even incredible.
Our siblings must stand together, utilize their training, and face this threat.
It even has a skip the cutscene button, and it's on the screen. Better than most AAA releases. Now, I'm not going to skip. But I mean, can you believe the art? Can you believe the art? Let's see here. Let's see here now. Oh! I apologize. I didn't open the networking client. I am terribly ashamed. Wow, the agony that I feel. I gotta close it and I gotta reopen it. Can't believe I've done this. Can't believe I've done this. Everyone, you can never trust these streamers. You can never trust these streamers. Now, so one of the kind souls that worked on Sweeping the Ruins, he and I practiced a run. We practiced a run together to showcase all of the elements. Networking mode is going to use Steam. Now look at this. I can hit P. Keyboard. Get me out of here. There we go. Look at this. Okay, boom.
I remember coming here during training.
Let's see if we can get my multiplayer compatriot here. So, as we're getting this one sorted out, looks like I have my networking client open. This is going to be highly intense. So the way that this is going to work is that me and my buddy are going to work together to try to distract a giant beast a la Shadow of the Colossus, and hopefully take out the giant monster, not using regular combat. No! By using various traps and whatnot. No! Oh my gosh, is this you? Now I can hit a button to scream.
Come get me.
Come get me!
Come get me.
One of the controls is scream. Are you ready to jump? Yeah! Alright, awesome! There it is. Okay. So first of all, throw bombs to break and damage objects. No problem. Bam! Bam! Oh, I see rocks on the wall.
The bomb by itself is just not strong enough.
Alright, blow up barrels. Ow, I got hit by debris. Alright. Jacob, it's time. I'm gonna plant this explosive barrel. The destruction looks rad. Oh, dude, it so does. Yeah! Alright, come on, Jacob, let's go. Hold sprint to jump onto high platforms. Alright, you got it. Hold shift. Jump down here. You want me to do that, Gregor? By the way, my character's name is Charlotte, and I'm a baller. Now, is there fall damage? Yes.
You need to heal. Use the panacea.
So, I can pick up the panacea. Get out of here, cat. Get out of here. Yep. My co-host in crime, Despy, is very upset that I'm playing with Jacob and not the cat. So, we get a little bit of hissing, but that's fine. Now, I can switch to heals, and I can throw. Bam!
We have to get it to move.
We have to get this wrecking ball to move. Guess what? You can use options like this giant ballista. Look, I can fire an arrow. Oh, yeah. So, see? We got Jacob over there. Here we go. Ugh. Hits it. And Jacob, yeah! Get on that wrecking ball, baby. All right, I'm going to run. What's that sound? All right.
I'm nervous. Whatever made that noise sounded monstrous.
Perhaps it's a monster.
Don't worry.
Characters, man. Press E to interact. All right, I'm just going to swing across the wrecking ball. All right. Oh, nice. Jacob already planted a bomb. All right, are you ready? Lorax says, wow, the networking even works with Steam. Yeah, right?
Are you ready?
It's incredible. Now, I have a plan. I have a plan with Jacob to kill this monster. There he is. He's down there. You'll notice we have barrels. We have ballistae. We have all manner of various traps. Oh, there goes Jacob. Jacob's fallen down. Now, because I have played Dark Souls, falling down onto various... Oh, my gosh. Falling down onto various rafters, no problem. So it looks like the beast has awoken. Alright, Jacob, you need to move out into the open. Where's the beast? Oh, there's the beast. And you can see Jacob getting chased. Quickly, to the ballista.
I'm aiming the ballista.
I'm aiming the ballista. Oh, he's trying to shoot. He's trying to shoot fire at my buddy.
Did a lot of damage.
Oh my god, I hit the wrecking ball. Yeah! And the wrecking ball fell onto the monster. Quick, Jacob, bring him back out. I still have 3 more bullets. Come on. All right, here he is. Oh, I see green, which means Jacob's taking damage and is healing. I am not a good ally. Look at how terrible of a shot I am. Okay, good. He's still. All right, I'm out of bullets. Did I hit him? Okay, so the monster has the ability to throw down like fiery tracks on the ground. It can hit you, and it can teleport. And when it teleports, it'll teleport right behind you. Jacob, come here. Oh my god, Jacob's low on health. Is Jacob dead? Oh my god, this is not what we rehearsed at all. I'm gonna need a help, Jacob. Oh no! Everything is going to hell. Okay, quickly. Oh, alright, it doesn't see me. Jacob, get up.
I see my energy.
Hold on, I'm gonna heal you by throwing health at you. There you go. Get up. Okay. Jacob, come here, man. Jacob is flying. It's Jacob flying. Jacob, everything is going wrong, Jacob. All right, come here. All right, Gregor's using Panacea. Perfect. We rehearsed this like 6 times, and it does not go at all like this. It's okay. The actual multiplayer experience. Get me out of here. Ah! Alright, okay. Oh no, she coming. Alright, so I'm gonna try to blow up these barrels as the monster gets close. Oh, it's taking damage? Ugh! I missed! Are you kidding me? I don't believe it. Okay, hold on. Yes! It hurt it a lot. Alright, come closer this way. I have 2 bombs. Gregor, where are you, bro? Oh! Oh, come here. Okay, I have 1 bomb left. You can see in the top left. I have the single bomb. Come here. Come here, Jacob. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, it teleported behind me. Oh! Alright. Alright, if I can find my friend. Oh my gosh. I need to catch my breath. Okay, there's some bombs over there that I can get. Oh. Alright, are we... Oh my god, I missed. Okay. Okay, Jacob. I need you to find the bomb and hit the kill switch. I need you to do it, Gregor. Gregor is the name of the character. Jacob is the name of the human boy who's piloting Gregor. Gregor did it while I wasn't looking! We killed the beast! Yes! By the way, this went exactly as intended.
The cycle would continue and more monsters would inevitably appear, necessitating the deployment of the Ruin Sweepers to save the village time and time again.
Everything is okay. The world has been saved. Whew. Alright, so first of all, that functions exactly like every multiplayer game I've ever played. We go in with a plan. It doesn't work at all. We win anyways, because we're gamers. That was actually, I think, even better than we could have predicted. Because when I saw Jacob's ragdolling body going elsewhere, and I had to run through the belly of the beast, I felt highly tight. I want to give a shout out to the fact that that was multiplayer networking that functioned terrifically. Things went wrong, and the game still was very fun and really great. And if any of you want to download and play it, uscgamesexpo.com. A+'s all around. Let's go on to our next title. Oh, is it going to be Larger Than Light? Terrific. Okay. The next title is Larger Than Light. We're going to play the trailer of this puppy. We're going to go straight into it. And this trailer it conveys the gist of the game so well. Another AGP project.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Lux, I'm trapped and I feel like something's following me.
Let me guess. Stuck in a locker like back in middle school?
Come on,
Aww.
I need your help getting across these shadows.
God, fine.
Student games, right?
Isolation from friends and family, the pressure of peer expectations. An empty school is the perfect metaphor for it.
You're
Okay.
my big brother. Even though I don't act like it, I need you to stand up for me, to guide me, to be there for me.
Student game, how is this possible?
Skia! I won't let you fall.
Larger Than Light. First of all, that's such a clever name. That is such a clever name for a game. Especially one that's based on light. And this game reads, traverse shadows by manipulating light in this 2.5D single-player puzzle platform game. Larger Than Light. Escape a haunted school as the sibling duo Skia the Shadow, who can move across other shadows on the wall, and Lux the Light Bulb, who can manipulate the size and placement of shadows for his younger sister to platform across. Have them work together to break out of their middle school while overcoming their bitter sibling rivalry. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. We're going straight into it. Larger Than Light. Here's my mouse cursor. Okay, I'm gonna hit start.
Okay, haha, real funny. Now let me out.
Let me
Why don't you get your twee brother to help you?
Seriously.
All right.
Don't leave me here. Guys, what was that noise? You can't just leave me in here. Guys!
Okay. All right, check it out.
Did they just dare me to tag our old school just to prank me? Some things just never change. Well, I guess there's only one way out.
One way out of here.
Shadow form it is.
All right, it's time. I love how she's casually just like, all right, shadow form, here we go. All right, so here's me. We have our usual platforming controls, WASD. Up is jump. Oh, there's a very spooky boy. Now you'll notice
I need to find Lux. Now.
it's Lux hunting time, baby. So you'll notice that I land on the shadow.
Lux mentioned he wanted to take pics of this place for his murals.
Look at this. Oh, going on shadows. Now, does that change with light? Uh-huh. Because you see how this is swinging? See how when I'm on this? You see this? Huh? So that's pretty sick, huh? We're already walking on the shadows. Like, that is so cool. I've never seen a mechanic like that.
Skia?
Skia?
What the hell are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I have permission. This place is closed.
Lux, I'm trapped, and I feel like something's following me.
You shouldn't even be here. Leave me alone.
Voice acting is remarkably high quality. Alright, so now, up, down, left, right controls Lux, whereas Skia can only move in WASD. So she's moving in 2D, whereas this character is moving in more 3D. So let me walk this character over here.
Ah! Hey, what gives? My photographs.
My photographs, oh no!
Hey, looks like you've been freed up. Come on, I need your help.
Better ruin what you're doing.
Fine.
Hey, Ghost Stalker 88, this captures it so spot on. This feels too ambitious, and yet here it is. They're just doing it as a student project. So let's see, I need to go up here, I need to hit E to get out of here.
Stuck in a locker, like back in middle school?
Yeah, but unlike middle school, now I've got your help getting across these shadows.
Sure, fine. Lead me back to your body.
Alright. Alright, here we go.
So why are you here in the first place?
I just felt like stopping by and visiting.
So look at this, look at this, look at this. I step out here, and I step onto these platforms.
Yeah, just visiting.
And then I move my light bulb character.
What?
Calm down. No one comes here anyways.
How do you even get in here?
I mean, this is
Don't
so
tell
tight.
me. You're the one who stole my keys?
Whatever. It's not fair that you always get special permission to do whatever you want.
Alright.
When do I ever get that?
This concept is incredible.
I'm going to be held responsible for this. Just follow the path I make. I'll fix everything.
I mean, I think they're having a sibling rivalry, but I think that this is way too clever.
Still, I don't get why you needed to have this place as the backdrop.
So I need to
for whatever
walk. I need to walk
avant-garde
far away so I can actually walk this way. What?
It's a drama scene.
Oh, what? Oh, I died. I squished myself. Can't believe I've done
An
this.
empty school is the perfect metaphor for it.
Alright. Alright. Ugh. And what's kind of amazing is that, like, the difficulty of trying to arrange these foreground elements so that it actually allows you to platform in the correct way is incredible. So I think I have to walk this way and then get her on the other side of this. How do I... Oh, man. Maybe we need to jump down first. Alright, I'm going to stretch it this way. Ugh! Oh, I squished her again! Alright, I am actually the worst brother in the planet, huh? Okay. Now, the funny thing is that I have played this game before. And I've gotten past this part. Now, because we're running a little bit low on time, I'm going to try to just complete this segment. And then we're going to try to move on to our final 2 student projects. Alright, get up. Yes! Oh my god, yes! Yes! Oh my god! What a relief. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if I got stuck? They would just take the degree away from me. Now, what's really impressive to me is that this does not even need this awesome narrative, voice acting, and visual. It doesn't even need this. Like, the core idea is so cool.
Where's this spooky monster you told me?
It was here.
Oops.
I heard it. At least I think I did.
Great. So you snuck into this school just to go on some crazy hallucinogenic drug trip and take advantage of me.
We're not
I'm
happy.
not hallucinating.
We are an unhappy light bulb.
Ever listen to me for once? Stop assuming you're right all the time. I'm not the boss of me.
What was that?
I told you. Let's go to the theater. Just trust me.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. So we're just gonna look at the movie theater level.
There's an exit backstage.
Seems easy enough.
And we're gonna have to wrap on this one tragically.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's maybe not go that way.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
I didn't realize we were allowed to say shit in the broadcast. That's incredible!
I'll guide you across, like when we were kids.
That was ages ago, but yeah, I guess. I'll head over and raise the curtain.
Heading over and raising the curtain. Yeah, so this
You were so much better behaved.
is a really lovely level design and a really lovely concept design.
Oh, you actually used to stick with me then, so I didn't need those.
And we're going to listen to these two just be devastated and upset with each other. And that's how we're going to close it. But again, yeah, see, dude, youngest Geb5 says, looks pretty professional, right? Really clean art aesthetic. Brilliant core concept. And then there's a narrative thrown on top in case you are getting stuck on puzzles and trying to work your way through and aren't sure how to advance forward. The narrative can just kind of keep daisy chaining you along and keeping you satisfied and entertained. So by the way, Dom, it's time for the commercial break. So what's going to happen now is, again, on the main.
In tabletop game mechanics, students are going to learn the design patterns of successful tabletop games. By understanding the foundational rules and gameplay loops from physical tabletop games, game producers and designers will be able to add to their toolbox. And just general game players will be able to build basic game literacy and explore modes of play.
It gave me and other people in that class like a common vocabulary to work with, like a specific set of mechanics for what the desired experience of that outcome is. Just by learning more about board games and like the variety of mechanics and what their intentions are and how they actually play out, that did enable me to collaborate better.
The way that the mechanics and balancing and complications of rules, like overcomplicating rules and making games accessible to people, that is something I think I took away most from the course in context of making games with other people.
This is a great addition to the toolkit for anyone going into game production or design, and it's critical for anyone who's interested in the tabletop industry. CTIN 411 can be found on WebReg and doesn't require declearance, so sign up today.
gives me great hope for continuing my game dev journey. Hell yeah, Head Pie. I mean, I genuinely think that it's kind of amazing what students are capable of getting done with such limited resources in such a short amount of time. Well, terrific. We have 2 more advanced game show projects to check out. The first one we're going to investigate is a game called Leechbug, where let's read the synopsis. Leechbug is a real-time strategy combat game where players take on the role of the Leechbug, a robotic symbiotic parasite who exists in an alien seascape. Your home is under threat from a polluting force that is sapping the will of your fellow undersea denizens. Use your powers of possession to free your fish. Control their unique abilities synergistically to engage in combat and reach the surface of the ocean to rescue your underwater world. Now, we've already seen a really wide spread of different types of games. But here's me. I'm the Leechbug. I'm in water. Guess what? The whole game is the water level. Oh, yes. I got the delightful pleasure of speaking to the developer of this last night, talking a little bit about the process of it. So we are a little fish that's swimming around. We can hit spacebar, go up. You can hit shift, go down. Yep, swimming down. All right, perfect. So here's me. Now, what kind of game is this? We've seen VR experiences that are sort of like interactive museum pieces. We have seen VR experiences that are very experiential and relaxing. It's a combat game. It's time to just shoot this other fish. We are in slowed time. We're taking damage. Quickly, take out the fish. So we're learning some combat. And now that we have killed an enemy fish, we've defeated it. After defeating an enemy, you may take control of the fish. This column shows how many fish are in our swarm, that are in our party. How much health they had, and the fish that I'm piloting is listed first, and any allies below. Believe it or not, this is like a system-heavy combat strategy game. Since Lee is in chat, Lee, you are our very first fish. Congratulations, I know it's a great honor. Yeah, you like these slowed time things, like the police tape? It's incredible. So, all right, let's finish this. See, look at this. Now I have a little fish that's following along with me. That's Lee. Lee is very happy to be a fish, I can tell. So now, we can press I to review the controls at any time, but I don't need to review the controls. I already have them perfectly memorized and stored in my brain. Now, if any of you have heard me speak about any of my content loves, you know I love undersea life. I think it's amazing. Oh, no! Now, notice that Lee the fish is attacking this other fish. In fact, Lee, finish him off, Lee. There it is. Guess who this is? Who is this? This is Lorax11 from my chat. Congratulations. You're a fish. Excellent. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Ba-boom. And now look, I'm starting to develop a swarm. Now, if I press E, I can slow down time to help me evaluate how I want to deal with the situation a little bit better. Now, you might wonder, what do you mean by evaluate the situation a little bit better? As we go into the next environment, you'll see exactly what I mean. Uh-oh. All right, so I have my long-range bullets. I'm in bullet time. Where are you at, friends? They need to aggro onto them. Oh, yes. Who wanted to be a fish? I think Ryder Hose wanted to be a fish. Perfect. Boom. There it is. Yeah, you see where this is going? You see where this is going? All right, so now as we exit into here, press Tab to enter swarm mode. What does that mean? Well, there's some enemy fish. Click on a friendly fish and take control to enter and control that fish. So, see how there's some enemy fishies over here. If I hit Tab, I suddenly have the ability to click on individual fish. All right? And I can change which fish they're targeting. I can see the attack type of each fish. I can see passive abilities. Okay? In other words, as you are battling and defeating other fish, you are assembling your ideal fish loadout. And Ryder Hose says exactly what we're all thinking. What the hell? This is a student game? That's really the theme for today, right? All right, so let's get in here. Now, time is slowed. Oh, I'm under attack. Now, if I hit Tab, I can see that all these fishies are targeting this fishy. Okay? So we can, like, retarget other fish if we so desire. But you know what? I think all three just hoarding in on this is incredible. Get them. Now, I'm going to go to tab mode again and note that you can even see the cooldowns on the various abilities of things. Yes, it's fun with Lee. You hit the nail on the head. I love how this is a 3D tactical game in water. Now, I'm just going to be a coward and let my other fish go handle it. Oh, okay, who else is this? This is Lagcraft from chat. This is Market Man Jim. Welcome. Members of our chat are slowly becoming the swarm. Now, okay, so I'm going to go through this passageway. Now, what I am doing right now is the tutorial. Okay? This is the tutorial. Remember, you can change if time is moving fast or slow with right click. We're not going to do any of that at all because I want to let you know that this tutorial is not only pretty long and pretty thorough for teaching you how the game works, but also this is not even the full gameplay experience. Not even a little bit. And there's tons of different types of fish that exist. And this is the sort of game that when I first opened up, I was like, oh, okay, I see. It's, you can sort of traverse, there's combat and stuff. You can slow time. Oh, that's interesting. What are you slowing time for? And then all of a sudden, it opened up into this, like, enormous game. Like, so here's this bubble fish. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh! I can't break through the bubble. I'm gonna need my friends to go for it. I'm getting shot at. Get him, please. Oh, if I die in the tutorial, I think I'm literally, again, losing my MFA. This is gonna be terrible. So I need to be inside the bubble to deal damage. Ugh. Oh, it keeps bouncing back at me. Ugh. Oh my god. Bubble pal. Alright, nice. So you can already see that I can replace myself with a more powerful fish. The ocean has been dying. The ruins you see before you were from the civilization that caused this myth. They died out, but the fish remain to slowly succumb to the lingering pollution. I see you found some of them, and you've cleansed the toxin from their bodies. I don't know how you did it, but that's amazing. They'll be a great help for you. I need you to go to the surface and find someone who can save the ocean and save us. It's Subnautica in reverse. I'm stuck down here at the bottom of the ocean, so that leaves you. You're the messenger we've always needed. With you, I think there will be hope for the ocean to recover. So, when you wind up entering into the full game, I'm going to go until we just see the start of the full game. Strongly recommend downloading this and all the other games and check it out. Bouncy Bug says, we didn't like the old Day 9 anyway. Long live new Day 9. That's right. Big, round, chunky Day 9. Kind of reminds me of what I've done in quarantine. Excellent. All right, let's go through the hoop. And as you exit into... Is this the right place to go? I think this might be the right place to go. I think this might very well be... No, there's nothing here. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly show some footage from the trailer just to tease for you what are some of the future environments and different types of fishies throughout. I'm going a little bit in the opposite order because I wanted to show...
with its fellow undersea inhabitants.
I wanted to show a little bit of just how much more content there is than what you'd initially expect.
Area. And it seems to be weakening the other fish. What's this? It appears as if the leech bug and a shock guppy are combining their strengths to escape the now hostile area.
Note that all these environments...
The leech bug seems to have fused with this fish.
You haven't seen before at all.
Together. The leech bug works as the leader, engaging in strategic combat, recruiting other unique fish.
Look at how many different fish are in this swarm, okay?
Enemy schools, and challenging bosses. I've never seen anything like this.
It even has a boss fight. Again, breathtaking work. Leechbug team, A+. You love to see it. We have one final game, and we're brushing right up against 3:30. Forgive my hurried pace, but every game must be given its proper time in the limelight. The next and final game is going to be called Snowshoe Thompson. Oh, yes, Snowshoe Thompson. Heck yeah. All right, let me get my controller, because it is a controller game. Scoop this in. Are you ready to start, Snowshoe Thompson? Are you ready? Who needs a trailer when you have an introduction like this? Sorry, I clicked out of the window. Like this.
I'd been working odd jobs for a while, never settling down for long, when a notice in the paper caught my eye. Placerville was a small mining town in California that needed mail delivered from here in Genoa. The only trouble was that it would take a risky trek across the Sierras to reach it. But I knew I was the man for the job. I was born and raised in the fjords of Norway, and Ma brought our family across the Atlantic looking for a better life. A rough winter wouldn't scare me. So I split an oak tree and crafted a pair of skis from the planks, just as I'd been taught as a boy. Hardly remembered how to use them, but there were plenty of miles ahead to learn. The
That's
locals
me.
had never seen Norwegian skis before, so they nicknamed me Snowshoe Thompson and wished me luck. With a 50-pound bag of mail and the hopes of a town on my back, I set off from Genoa into the wilderness.
Oh yeah, Norway hype, baby. Bounce Bucks, these are some great sound effects. I know they're terrific. I want to just note how this and all games are so complete. They have sound that fits, music that fits. Are you ready for an incredible control schema? Okay, left to stride forward, right to stride right. Left, right, left, right.
This
left,
will help me build
right.
up some speed.
All right, you see? All right, like, I cannot tell you how fascinating this is to control. It's actually really fun. Here I go. All right. Uh-oh, come on. I messed up the rhythm. Oh, I messed it up again. You know, I'm a big fan of anything that has physicality to it in terms of the movement, in terms of the gameplay, whether there's timing, aiming, things like this. And I love... I love how, you know, if you take, for instance, a game like Rocket League, makes it literally... excuse me, my cat has knocked over a light. Excellent. What a good baby. What a good baby cat. When you take a look at a game like Rocket League, that literally makes it unbelievably difficult to just hit the dang soccer ball.
Glad I still know how to turn round in these things.
Just adding a little bit of physicality to it just makes it so much more compelling in so many ways. All right, so I'm going to keep on moving forward. Like, even though I'm just going straight, this shifts my weight this way. This shifts my weight this way. Alright. Shift weight when you stride to pick up speed. Oh, yeah. So, I'm actually... Look how fast I'm going. Oh, yeah.
Snowfall. Just wait
Oh, yeah.
for a pair of skis to score it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm into
This is the
it.
way I ought to be living. Making my own trail. Out in the wild instead of working
I'm doing
with
it.
some
I'm
school
booking.
boss on a ranch that ain't mine.
I'm on fire, man.
Crossing the mountains.
Filled these skis up with gasoline before the long journey. Oh, I'm going to crash into trees. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. All right. Gamer. Okay. Oh, this is... Now, long as this is so calming, this is so fun. Ooh, my character is grunting. I'm grunting. We're all grunting together. Balance. Oh, okay. Now, if I keep turning and I lose balance, I
Loggers
fall
must
over.
have had to abandon the mill when the rivers froze. This winter's caused Genoa a great deal of hardship.
Oh, whoops. By
I
the
can't
way,
imagine sticking around for long.
I gotta show you this because this animation is hilarious.
Having a settled life is really that important to some folks.
Alright, so we're going past an abandoned mill. Alright, so I'm gonna need a turn. Now watch this. Look at what happens when I turn while I'm not moving. We've all done these little hops on skis, huh? Oh. This is actually a really satisfying experience to play as. Oh, you tilt left or right as you move too much. You'll fall if you're tilting too much. When you're about to fall, shift weight towards the opposite direction to restore balance. Okay. Let me shift. Let me shift game. Bash says, I don't know how long I could physically play this game, but it's a very neat concept. Oh, I didn't hit the button. It's actually not challenging to control. Not more so than, like, you know, any game that uses a controller where you're hitting all your stuff. Yeah, Rogue 64 says, yeah, maneuvering is always a good focus in a game.
Seems like
Love it when
someone's
it's fun to
been
get
through here a while ago.
to get from A to B.
Perhaps a local trapper?
Alright, just wait, because there's a Vista coming up. Vista can't resist. Alright. Now we're coming right up on the end of our USC Games showcase here on the Day9TV channel. But I want to give a big warm reminder to you that the showcases are going to be happening all afternoon long in Pacific time. Oh,
View from up here. I ought to take a look around, get my bearings, find the best route over to the West Tahoe Rim. Seems like I could circle up around the rim of the basin or head down to Lake Tahoe itself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm just going to note, I'm going to start going down this hill. All right. Oh, yeah.
That's it. Now I'm really getting going.
Dude, skiing down this hill, oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. And you know what? Music's perfect. We're going to close out on this note. I want to give a nice thank you to the USC Games program for sponsoring this stream and for supporting students who did so many amazing projects this year. Wasn't it incredible, the scope of what we got the chance to see? From platforming to VR to games to, frankly, interactive art exhibits. Mwah! Beautiful A-pluses to all, and again, A-pluses to the professors at the USC Games program. You do a good job. I'd like to give a warm reminder that if you go to uscgamesexpo.com, you can see the schedule of everything. There's me. Oh, get that man off the screen. You can see the full schedule here of everything that's coming up. And if you want to see any of the games, you can go look them up by title and check them out. Every single game here. Here's the game info game pages themselves in alphabetical order. Mwah! Mwah! Thank you so much to everyone who joined. Brilliant job, students. Inspiring to all of us. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and congrats on your amazing work. Cheers!
Hello, everyone. Greetings from Bogota. I'm Jairo Nieto, co-GM of the Bogota studio for Jam City. We're very proud to be sponsoring the USC Games Expo. You know, a lot of people reach out to us and ask me, and ask us, how do we get into video games? And the answer is very simple. It's just make games. And so you guys are definitely ahead on that. I love seeing ideas and new concepts from young students and from people that are very passionate about this, this art. So can't wait to see what you guys come up with.
Otis reached out to us earlier this year to see if we could get some sort of a collaboration for our students, especially during quarantine when there wasn't a lot of chances to go out live and go into these places where you'd meet potential employers. So we worked all year together. The instructors and myself met once a week to talk about process and work things out. And by the end of this very year, they were so happy with the outcome, they've actually started a class at Otis that is just getting the students to work with our AGP students.
Working on this has been such a great opportunity for our students. Normally art students, when you're working on a project, you're kind of off to yourself, but here it really mimics what they're going to be doing in the industry. I can't think of any other projects that our students would get to work on that would give them this kind of real life experience.
The Otis students were just like any other member of the team. They produce great work, and I think we've learned a lot from each other. We have a little bit more experience with the game side of things, so we have to go back and forth with them, and they know more about sort of the art side of things. So that's been a really great collaboration.
I was super excited to actually be like hands-on working with people on a video game. It's very hard nowadays to get an entry-level job going into game companies. So this was an amazing opportunity for me to be able to work with people, get my foot in the door, enter the pipeline, and yeah, I'd definitely work with them again if I had the opportunity to.